How about now? Can you guys hear me? I tried to fix the audio. Can you guys hear me? I can see the wavelengths moving on my end. Can you guys hear me, please? What is happening? The audio looks fine on my end. Uh, okay. Let me double check and triple check what's happening here. Oh, you can hear me. Perfect. First of all, apologies. Great things take time, apparently. So we have to weather through the storm before we can get, I'm rambling now, but yeah, that threw me off a bit, and I truly apologize for that. First of all, welcome. Thank you all for joining my live stream. I am terribly sorry for that. It's my first time ever streaming, so there's like a platform called OBS and there's the YouTube studio itself. So I was trying to use the the OBS to switch to long story cut short, there were technical issues. But thank you. I'm really excited I can hear people telling me that they can hear me now. So, first of all, to begin, I would like to know where you are watching this live stream from. Please put in your city. So, most of my audiences are from Canada, Nigeria, the UK, and India. Indians might be sleeping right now because of their time zone, but let me know what city you're watching from. So, are you watching from Toronto, Canada? Are you watching from Manchester? Are you from Manchester, UK? Are you watching from Lagos, Nigeria? Or are you watching from New Delhi, India? Let me know where you are. Like the chats are coming, the audio is coming in at slower than I'm speaking. Let me know when you are where you are coming. Abuja, Nigeria, fantastic. How is Abuja today? UK, where in the UK? Manchester, Bradford, Kano. Interesting. Wow, I love it. I love it. We're going to have fun tonight, essentially, or depending on your time zone, afternoon. Lagos, Nigeria, Port Harcourt. Beautiful. First thing I want to say is that the CELPIP exam is it's rigorous in the fact that it could be really winter peg. Oh, lovely. The CELPIP exam is rigorous in the fact that you could do everything right, but scores are scores at the end of the day. And I want you to first start. I know the generic thing people do is say, talk about your mindset. Birmingham, lovely. Generic thing people do is talk about your mindset. Oh, your mindset this, your mindset that. But I want to tell you that mindset does really help in the CELPIP exam because it's a muscle. You're pulling through a 3 hour standardized exam. And personally, my mom is watching, is on this live stream. I'm a very active person. I love to move around. I don't like to sit in one place. So, first things I want you to know is that exams are not a true test of knowledge. You could be smart, you could be intelligent, as you all are, but things happen. London, Ontario, perfect. But things happen, and one thing leads to another. We're just trying our best. Now, out of the way, I'd like to give another personal example from um, my own personal CELPIP journey. The My center was about 45 minutes away from my home, and if for anyone who is retaking the exam or about to take the exam and has paid, they are giving some certain instructions. You must be at the center 45 minutes before. Um, 45 minutes before the location. So that means that if your exam is for 9, you must be there 8:15, and you have to leave your house essentially 7:30 and all of that. And it takes a lot of mental discipline because we're all adults. We're doing different things on the side. We have our businesses. We're studying. This is just one of the things that we're doing to get to our goal. Be it express entry in the pool, be it postgraduate work permits, be it whatever, be it Australia. Australia is now required for the CELPPR. So I want you to know that the exam is not a true test of knowledge. It's just we're just trying to put in all the best strategies to make us get the best score possible. Now, the intention for today was to focus on writing, but that can change because I don't want to be like, oh, I want to teach writing and people are not really interested in writing because it seems from the general consensus, people are really struggling with reading, and I don't know why. And I'm not talking from a place of seniority, but I was surprised to find out that reading is actually one of the toughest for people generally. I would have assumed that it is speaking. So I don't know what to say, fastest fingers first, but what category would you like me to focus on in this stream? Or do you want me to make it a full Q&A where I answer anything? So I'm looking at the comments. People are watching from Lagos, Birmingham, London. Fascinating, fascinating, fascinating. I'm so surprised. I won't kid you. I thought that because this would be my live stream, I thought because this was my first live stream, I'll be talking to myself. But to see that people are watching from across the three countries I mentioned, I'm so grateful. Writing, okay, writing task 2. I think we're gonna do it then. Speaking, reading, and listening. Um, the first person was actually writing, so we're gonna do writing today. But let me just do a brief, you know, brief tips and strategies so that people who are watching this replay, even though I don't know where the replay is going to be, because like I said, it's my first time. My second live stream will be better by God's grace. But I'll just do a recap, reading and listening, and a few full Q&A. I'm going to do a full Q&A regardless. I wanted to make it focused on one particular category. Then I will do a live stream because the way it is, how do I teach reading if I don't have like a full text to work with? That's that. We're just sharing tips. So it has to be either listening, right? Writing or speaking. Reading is kind of hard to teach, and I got a lot of backlash on my reading video. They were like, "Oh, my videos were too simplistic." I'm sorry, my questions were too simplistic. That some people never give such easy questions, and I was like, "No, that's not the main idea." CLB 9 in writing and speaking. Yeah. That's not the main idea. The main idea is to know that, for example, some people never give you the same thing you see in the questions, in the options. It is always paraphrased. So let me just do a full tips from all the four categories, then I will move into writing. Earlier when I was trying to figure out my audio, I had like a teaching screen. So this is the blank canvas I'll be working with today. So let's start with just general tips. I shared with somebody recently that the best tip for listening is to understand. So please, I'm starting with listening. I'm starting with the order of the exam. Then we will focus on, just so that we have an agenda. I'm starting with listening, moving to reading, moving to writing, then speaking, just general tips here and there. Then we'll focus on a live, active, how I will answer a question. And you see, I have a blank canvas in front of me. I have no idea what the question. Okay, I have an idea of the question, but I'm going to show you how I build capacity or build my ideas from the beginning to the end, so you have an idea of how you can do the same in your exam. So let's start with listening. Now, you need to understand two things. Active listening. Can do writing tonight in other subsequent classes. Okay, let's do that. That's what I'm doing. Okay, guys. So we need to understand two things. When starting with listening, you need to understand two things: active listening and efficient note taking. Now, what is active listening? The best way to teach is to give examples. Let's assume I'm in a public bus in Lagos. You guys know how noisy it can be, or a more chilled bus in Canada or the UK, and two ladies behind me are having a conversation. Let's say they're talking about what happened to them in the bank. Maybe they're coming from the bank and we're both in the same bus. And now these two ladies behind me are talking about, can you imagine what that guy was wearing in the bank? That cashier was very nosy, blah, 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 blah. And I am in the same bus with them. Because I am in the same bus with them and I don't have headphones in that scenario, I am listening to what they are saying, but I am not actively listening to what they are saying. I am only listening because we are in the same vicinity. Do you get what I mean? If you get what I mean, please say yes in the comments. I'm not fast in typing. Don't worry about that. I'll get to that. Please just say yes so I know people are hearing me. Please say yes if you heard the analogy I'm trying to give of the bus situation. Yes, perfect. So let's say I'm in the public bus and two ladies behind me are talking about, oh, this happened in the bank, and they're really like just gisting about what happened in the bank. I am not interested in that conversation. Probably I'm tired. It's at the end of the day and I'm on my way home. I will not listen to them. But I am still listening to them because I don't have headphones and because we're in the same scenario. Now let's assume in this same bus, these two ladies are talking about what they will eat when they get home, and I am starving, and I have no idea of what to eat when I get home. So I might actually get ideas from their conversation. What do you think is going to happen? Guys, that's the question I'd like you to type. What do you think is going to happen if, in that scenario, what do you think is going to happen if two ladies behind me are gisting about what they'll eat when they get home, and I am actually hungry and I have no idea of what to cook when I get home? Any comments? It's like the comments are coming in later, but I hope you guys are getting me. So what is going to happen is that I will be actively listening to their conversation because I'm trying to get what they will say because it will be beneficial to me. In the first scenario, the two ladies were just about what happened to them at the bank. I am not interested in that conversation. So I am not actively listening. I am listening because I have no choice. We're in the same bus. But if what they're talking about exactly, thank you, Arika Abisola. If it is the same scenario, I will be listening. So to narrow my examples to make it active for the exam, I act as if everything they are saying, you need it because eventually you need it. So I have a pen here, I have a notepad here. Now, because I am interested in what they are saying, let's say, for example, listening to a daily life conversation, the one that two friends are talking. I gave an example in my listening video as well. You guys check that out. Because I am interested in the conversation, I will listen. I will listen with prompt attention, not because I am trying to, I don't have a choice, I just have to listen. People come to where when you get to the exam and you wear those headphones, you're just like, oh yeah, what are they saying? What are they saying? And you start taking notes. No, act as if what they are saying, probably you will be tested on it because you will be tested on it. Act as if what the audio is saying, you are a part of that conversation. Be fully interested. That is the difference between active listening and passive listening. Now, do you understand? Do you people think you understand active and passive listening now, or should I give another example? Do you understand active and passive listening, or would you like another example? Okay, perfect. So what I can now the second tip is note taking. Note taking is very important, but people do it wrongly. Now, when you are taking notes, you don't take everything because when you try to take every, thank you very much, Chichi, thank you very much, Latifa Muturayo, thank you, Olu Tayo, thank you, Stephanie Unwonsu, thank another example. Okay, Stephanie said another example. Let me give another example. Let's say, give me a public no, not even let's actually do another one, another example. Let's say I have a mutual friend. Mutual friend means that I'm friends with that person, but I'm not friends with his friend. So I have a mutual friend, and me and my friend, who I am friends with, were walking on the park, and my friend met his friend, who is not my friend. Let me make it easier. I and my sister are walking on the park, and my sister sees her friend. Simple. Now I don't know my sister's friend, but my sister and her friend know each other, and they start gisting. And all that is on my mind is I want to go home. Why are they talking about things that I'm not interested in? That is passive listening. I am in the same room with them. I am in the same park with them, and they're gisting. Oh, do you know what this so and so person did? Oh, this is the new. Did you hear the new Arya Star song? And I am not interested in what they are saying, but because it's my sister, and we have to go home together, I am stuck in that same conversation with her. So I'm just like, "Hmm." So if after that conversation with my sister's friends ends, and they ask me, oh, what were your sister and her friend talking about? Because I was in the same vicinity with them, but I was not listening to that conversation, I will not be interested. But let's assume I really know my sister's friends, and because of the relationship she has with my sister, I'm also friends with her, and I am involved in that conversation, even though I don't utter a word. So let's say my sister and a friend are talking about um, a concert, a music concert, and I love music and I want to also attend that concert. I will also be paying attention, even though I'm not going to say what you. Maybe they're talking about. I already mentioned Ira Star. Maybe Ira Star is coming to Toronto and they're talking about it. Oh, what should we wear? Even though you understand, but even though we won't wear the same thing because male and female, but maybe they're talking. Oh, maybe Ira Star has a theme. You know, Ira Star is all about being very bold and confident in your dressing choices. Because I am also a fan of Ira Star and I love music, and they ask me, oh, what were you guys talking about back then? I'll be like, oh, we're talking about Ira Star, time we should leave for the events, when she's coming, all of that. That is the simple. I don't want to spend too much time on listening. That is the simple definition of active and passive listening. Because I am involved in that situation, I am thinking, I'm a part of it. So back to the exam. Act as if every audio that you are listening to is going to affect you. Act as if you are a part of that conversation. Don't just listen because you know that I have to listen. They're going to grade me on this and blah, 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 whatever. Don't do that. Fully involve yourself in that conversation. Do you get me? Perfect. Now let's talk about note taking. And that is the last point before I move to reading, which is now the most complicated. Now, when you are taking notes in the CELPIP listening exam, don't just write everything. I talked about, using abbreviations. Let's say, for example, this might not be applicable, but let's say the word characteristics. Characteristics is a very long word. CHARAC, character, ISTICS. If the audio says characteristics and you really feel that characteristics is a very important part of this exam, I will not start writing character. No, I'll write XTS or something. Or another word is characteristics means feature. So I can just write FT or something. So that is one thing you must note. Then two, let's assume another example. Let's assume I am at a lecture. Maybe I'm attending a conference, and the speaker, the guest lecturer or the moderator, whoever is speaking, is making some good points, and I want to take notes. Or I'm at church and my pastor is saying some things that are really, thought provoking, and I want to take notes. I will not write everything he says word for word. I will only write the key points. Now, when also writing key points, because the audio is 1.5 minutes long, 2 minutes long, and I want to get as much information as possible. You understand? I am not only going to use my knowledge of slangs, abbreviations, and all of that, I would also try my best to only write the key points. So let's say they're talking about what can they be talking about? Um, one of my listening passages was about holidays. Maybe my reading as well. I can't quite replace it. It was about holidays, and we're talking about this holiday is usually on the 15th of whatever. Maybe this Christmas is always on the 25th of December. Boxing Day is the 26th of December. I will not now start writing CHRIST. Like, I will not start writing the Christmas in full. No, I will find a way to, maybe X marks. People do that a lot. Boxing Day, I can write BXING, and you know how we write when we write cursively that you write ING, but you find a way to write all the ING with one straight line. I don't know if you guys know that thing people do where you're trying to write ING, but you just write I and do the. You yourself, you understand. Nobody is going to grade your notes as long as your notes make sense to you. That is it. So no time for every other part of the exam requires you to be, fully present in your writing. Don't use contractions. You need to write in full, but nobody is looking at your notes. They'll probably trash it afterwards. So as long as the writing makes sense to you, you are golden. Do you understand me? So don't start writing everything. So let's say in the audio I gave in my listening or in my listening video, there was the one about the construction that was happening. So they were making a list of things that were going to be replaced in the construction. Maybe painted something, flexible bollards, Those are the things I was writing down, or you will write down rather. So things like maybe they're making a list. Oh, she's a shopping list and she needs to buy bread, butter, eggs. If I was to write bread, butter, eggs, bread would probably be BRD, butter will be BUT, eggs will be EG. As long as I know and I understand what I am writing, that is it. Then also we'll talk about this more in reading, but let's move to reading. So does everybody understand? Active listening and note taking before I move to reading real quick? Oh, what about inferred questions in listening? That is also very good. Good question. So let's say I don't want to play. I have a lot of audios, but I don't want to play them because of copyright. But I encourage you to go to. CELPIP does not have past questions. That's the funny thing. Go to the CELPIP.ca website and also go to British Council website. Now, the British accent is different from the North American slash Canadian accent, but it can give you ideas. So, for example, a lady can be excited in the audio. She can be like, "Oh my God, thank you so much for this. Thank you so much for that." That already confers joy. So if they ask, what is Rosa's attitude or state of mind, you have to anything that says joy, excitement, you would choose that. Some people are also neutral in their opinions. You understand? They don't, they don't really, you know, convey any strong emotion. They're not really excited, not really sad. That will also help you in reading. Very good question, Jenna, lifestyle with Jenna. Now, also, other things is that, let's say they said, you know, just thinking of random example. Let's say they said, what does this mean, or something like that. Like the audio did not actually tell you the answer. What does this mean? It is still because you were listening. That's why I was like, some people when they hear the listening exam, all they think about is let me just take as many notes as possible. That is good. But if you were listening and paying attention to what was being said, I know the sometimes the audio is like quite boring. Like you have no intention of listening to what they are saying, but just try to make yourself invested in the audio. That's what I would advise. That way you can know what the inferences might be. Because if you are just taking notes for the sake of let me have a lot of things to refer to, you understand, you'll be able to you will miss those inferences here and there. Do you get me, lifestyle Jenna rather? Do you get me, Jenna? Perfect. Now let's go to reading. Reading is difficult, but one thing I will just state is that the difficulty from reading basically stems from the lack of time. Because once you see that time counting down, the nerves kick in. I didn't mention this, but if you're taking this exam for the second or the third time, try to forget whatever your past experience was. This is a clean slate. This is a fresh start. Don't be like, oh, reading was the one I failed the last time, or reading was the one I got a 9 in the last time. I need a 10. Everything that happened in the past has happened in the past, and you can't change your past results. All you can do is to make your current results better. So here's what I recommend for time management. So let's say this particular section, you have 15 minutes to answer all. Break down your time into sequences. You can be like, if I have 6 questions, 15 minutes, that means by 7.5 minutes, I should have finished more than 3 questions. Because if you're always looking at that time, you will not move forward with the questions as quickly. There are strategies for reading, but please, the major thing is because you don't have enough time. That is why people are, that is why you are susceptible to making wrong choices in the options, because you're looking at the time and you're like, oh, I've not found the answer. Calm down. Like, let's take a deep breath. And I know it's easier said than done, because I was also a little bit nervous in my reading exam. But once you know, right? Once you know that at this point right now that um, you can only do your best. That's where let's start from that. So we're working with what we have. The time is not enough in any circumstance. We're working with what we have. Do you understand that? Let that mindset help you that, oh, I don't have enough time, I can't finish all those questions. Ignore all those negativity and let's focus on what we can do to move forward. Now, for reading, the first thing I want you to do is that if you don't know how to skim reading, I mentioned this when looking for anchors. Let's assume I've done this at work multiple times. They give me a document that is like 15 pages and I have to read through it in 5 minutes. I'm just skim reading to see like, okay, what is important here? What is important here? So my eyes are moving left to right, left to right, left to right as quickly as possible. Skim reading. If you don't want to skim read, there's another option. Though I do not fully recommend it, but it can still work well. And what is the option? You go straight to the questions. The questions are usually at the right hand side. Go straight to the questions and read all the questions, right? So you have an idea, because even by reading the question, you can have an idea. Okay, this passage is about, I don't know, about plastic recycling or about geology or about something, weird. And it's very annoying because people were telling me that oh, they got a subject matter that was related to my own profession. While I'm guessing it's a theme or like a topic that is nothing related to anything I know. Like what do I know about geology? I did communications and business. What do I know about geology? You understand? So whatever theme you get, read the questions first, so you know that okay, this is what the topic is about. This is especially for people who are like, oh, I'm a slow reader and all of that. Read the questions first. Understand what the questions entail a bit. Another thing you can do if you don't want to read the question first and you don't have time to skim read the first 2 lines of each paragraph. That's another strategy. The first 2 lines of each paragraph will give you an idea of what the passage is about. Do you understand me? If you understand me, say hi in the comments so I know I'm not alone. Yeah, if you understand that, you know that, okay, now I have a basic understanding of what is required. Now that I have a basic understanding of what is required, moving forward, here is what I can do. Sorry, excuse me, 1 second. Okay, like moving forward, here is what I can do. So now you've looked through the questions, or in another case, you've looked through the first 2 sentences in each paragraph. By that time, you understand what the topic is or what the subject matter of the passage is. It is now time to start, using your detective skills to bring out the answers. Because then again, remember what I said. I mentioned it in my video, but I can restate it again. The answers are most likely paraphrased. The answers are inferred. You have to understand and look through well to be able to pick out the right answers. So that's it for reading. Does anyone have any questions for reading? I know people will have questions for reading, but yeah. Does anyone have any questions for reading? Oh, yeah, lots of questions for reading. How does one get the answers from the paragraphs in reading? Good question. So let me look at other questions first. The second email is not always given. What do you mean by that, Jenna? Second email is not always given. Like the sentence completion. I don't understand. What do you mean by email? Let me answer Stephanie's question. Stephanie, like I said, I mentioned this in my reading video, that sometimes the way the questions are set up, it's set up in a way that would tempt you to pick the wrong answer, and that is quite especially when you start hitting like tax 3 or tax 4. Tax 1 and tax 2 are a bit manageable. Like it's you just think back of back. I don't know if you did your high school in Nigeria. Think back to like reading comprehension that we did in English language. Think back to those moments, and you know how it says that when you after you read the passage, you start looking for the answer. That is the same thing, but this one it's at a more advanced level. Excuse me. This one is at a more advanced level. So it is there. Let me give an example. Buy and purchase. You know that buy means to obtain something after paying for something. Purchase is the exact same thing. Purchase means to collect an item after payment has been made. So let's say the option says the federal government of Canada has purchased whatever they purchased 50 million books for charity. Let's assume that is a sentence where the answer is the federal government has purchased 50 million books for charity. That is an example. And in your options, there is buy, there is inquire rather, there is collected. If you know that the meaning, I know this is super basic, I understand this, please don't come for me in the comment section. I know this is super basic, but if you understand what that sentence means, that oh, the government bought something for so and so for charity, now it will make sense for you to look, rather it makes sense to know that oh, these things are similar, but this is the right answer. So, and I know because I was looking through a random mock exam with someone who booked a call with me, and they were trying to trick us. They used the term stone throw. Stone throw means something is close, but stone throw is an idiomatic expression. But if you didn't know the meaning of stone throw, that stone throw does not mean you can throw a stone and you will hit it. No. So stone throw meant like close, like it's a close, something is close by, like buildings are close by. But the options were a stone is like a stone can like we can hit it with a stone, something like that. But if you knew that stone throw meant close by, you would have gotten the right answer. And I know because the English vocabulary is very wide. It's very hard to state this and state that. But knowledge of grammar will also help you. She's referring to the response in the email in the first reading task. Okay. So let me go back to our question. The second email is not always given, like the sentence completion. Yeah. That sentence completion is quite a challenging. It's quite a challenging task as well. Sorry, they're confused. Just give me one moment, please. Okay. Yes, Dami. She's referring to the response email in the first reading task. Yes. The sentence, the email that we're given, where you have to fill in sentences. It's yeah, your knowledge of inferences also helps. But I don't get what you mean by this. The email is not given. If you could just clarify that for me. But from what I remember and I'm used to with that email is that you see lots of dashes and you have to fill it in, right, based on what you read, and you have to like understand. So sometimes your understanding of the of the passage will really help you in terms of sentence completion. But when you're responding to that email, I want you to focus solely on the passage that you're referring to, because if you're trying to guess or assume, assumptions are where the problems are. Don't assume. Try to rely on the text that you're fully given to answer the email. Is that clearer? Um, the comments are not loading again. But another question, another question I'm seeing here is how many wrong answers can be accepted out of 38? I don't have the full thing off the top of my head. But I know when you are in the like when you are in like the 33 range, depending on if it's reading, I think one is 35, one is 38. That's listening and reading. I know that when you're in like the 33 out of 38, for I believe reading, I think you're at 10. But then again, I mentioned about how one task can be simpler than the other. You understand? One task can be simpler than the other, and let's say you get the harder exam and you get a 33, you'll be in 9. Sorry, the simpler exam and you get a 33, you'll be in 9. While someone who got a more complicated exam, who gets a 33, will be a 10. I'm not really sure of the numbers in case I didn't get them correctly. While one is 35, I believe, 35 in some instances, depending on how complex the exam or the test was, you could be a 9, and while some people will be a 10. So, like, my advice was simple: don't think about that, because you can practice, and in your practice, when you check your answers, you're always getting 35, 36, and you're borderline 9 or 10. All I would just recommend is give it your best shot. Give it your best shot. These are things that are not fully within your control. Focus on what is within your control. What is within my control? I can show up to the exam venue on time. I can make sure I actively listen. I can make sure I do my best to manage my time in the reading exam. That is what you can control. You can't control, you know, if you get a 36 or a 37 or a 35 or a 36. Just do your absolute best, because also to bring this home, my listening exam, I thought I failed. I legit thought I failed. So I was like, let me just do the best I can do in the other categories, which worked for me. Because if you use that sense of mind that, oh, I didn't do well in listening, I don't need to push as hard for the others. And imagine I still got a 10, even though I thought things didn't work out in my favor. So just do your best. Do your best in all categories. Don't be too, don't be too stuck up on, oh, that is this a 9, is this a 10? But for full information, go to the CELPIP.ca website. You'll see the breakdown of the scores. Yeah, Jenna, you're welcome. You're welcome. Now, writing. Wait, I need a feedback from the audience. I don't want this stream to be extremely long, and we've not yet started the main writing. Should I just do a Q&A fully, or should I just continue with the live writing test? The live writing simulation. I wanted to share my screen to this and start working on it from beginning to the end. What do you guys think? Should I do that, or I should just only take questions? And how long do you want it to be? I was thinking like a 1 hour stream. Before my tech issue started, I was doing my thing, but that's why I was taking Q&A to fix the tech. So I need your feedback in the comment section. What do you guys think? Just waiting for your feedback. Well, I should start with the live writing. Okay. Kemi Olaoye says I should start with the live writing. I should do writing. Continue with writing task to live writing, please. Okay, we're going to do live writing. Okay, so I'll just jump right in to speaking. So with speaking, honestly, I said this in my video. And first of all, if you've watched that speaking video, I just want to say thank you. Thank you guys so much. You guys have no idea. The video was long, I know, but people still watched it, and people watched it for like an average of 8 minutes. I am thoroughly grateful. If you noticed, like, my videos got better because that video was really hard to film. It was 8 speaking tasks. I was like, who's going to watch this thing? I was so worried, but I tried my best, and I'm really, really appreciative. Thank you so much. If you haven't seen the speaking video, please go and watch it. I'm not even trying to brag because I didn't edit it as well as I wanted to, but people were really appreciative. So thank you. Someone said Q&A. I think we'll do live writing because a lot of people have said we should do the live writing, and I think for time I'll only do task 2 because. Or what do you think? Should I do task 1 and 2? Okay, let's just do task 2. Okay, people are saying task 2. Let's do task 2. That's fine. So for writing, I would say that even though you have no idea, for speaking, we're jumping writing because we're focusing on the live writing. We're jumping to speaking. So I would say that even though you have no idea what the speaking task. Okay, I like this now. I like what I'm saying. Sorry, some of the tech issues I've been facing have been fixed. So even though you have no idea of what the speaking task will be, even though you have no idea, they're not going to ask you something that is out of this world. They will either ask you something that you can relate personally to. And I believe as we get older, as adults, we've been in these experiences or we've been in this situation. Don't worry, Chichi, I'm going to do the live writing. Um, oh, thank you, Afe Lumo. Okay, Damilola. Thank you so much, Damilola. Thank you so much, Damilola. Also, there's a super chat. Feel free to drop your super chat if you have it. Just by the chat button, there's like a bill, so you can click on the bill and whatever you're free to give. That's totally okay. If you feel that this has been really helpful, it takes a lot of time to set all of this up and give value for free, because after every video I'm like spent, I'm so tired. And so whatever you have, totally optional. If you feel free and you're willing to donate, I'll truly appreciate it. But that's not the base of this audio. I have super chats enabled, but if you can donate, I would appreciate it. Moving on, where was I? Sorry. Like I was saying, as adults, we've been in various situations. So we either school, work, helping friends, helping family, dealing with situations at work. So whatever they will ask of you is nothing good. It's not going to be something out of this world, something that you've never experienced before. Like I said in my speaking video, what was your favorite subject and why? 30 seconds to prepare. All you have to do is actually think, what was actually my favorite subject in school? My favorite subject was English, it was government, it was science, and start talking on it. Don't try to, it is only in cases, even if there's something where you've not been directly involved with, maybe like one of the tasks, I think task 5 or 6 was like, book you wanted to book a hotel for a friend, and you're trying to compare which one is better, which one is not better. Just actually think, okay, you've not had to book an hotel, but you've been in a situation where you had two decisions and you had to pick one. Just think of that. Don't let the fact that it is extemporaneous, in quotes. Extemporaneous means unplanned or impromptu, something you didn't really plan for. Because the exam is extemporaneous, that does not mean that you can't speak on it. Like if I ask somebody right now, what is your favorite subject in high school and why? Unless you are very shy, you would tell me, oh, my favorite subject was chemistry. Why did I like chemistry? I just love the chemical compound. I love reading about hydrogen, whatever it is. So that's what I would say. Don't be too stuck up on you know, don't be too stuck up on, this and that. I have not done this, I have not done that. I have no idea what they will ask me. Just inner peace, like they say in Kung Fu Panda, inner peace. Whatever question they would throw at you to answer on, you faced this thing before, so you can do it. Yeah. So are we ready for writing? Everybody said like writing simulation. Let me say your yes in the comment section if you're ready for writing. Where are your comments? I need your comments. Give me a yes in the comments if you're ready for writing. Let's go. No comments so far. So I'll take it that you're not ready for writing. I'm kidding. But I need to know I'm not alone. How many people are here? Yes, thank you, Abisola. You were the first person to comment. Yes, we're going to start writing in a couple of minutes. Yes, thank you, Jenna. You've been really, Jenna has been like one of our top commenters. Also, shout out to Damilola, Afel. So I'm so sorry, Afel Lumo. Just giving a random shout out. Shout out to Stephanie Nwosu. Shout out to my mom. My mom is still in this chat. Thank you, mommy. Shout out to everybody who has been commenting. Okay, I have okay, all of you are important to me, but YouTube is showing me like the top commenters. Shout out to Wisdom OB. Shout out to Fortizo Springs. Shout out to Islamia too. I know her. She booked the call with me. Shout out to Adebukola. Shout out to Olutayo. Shout out to Latifa Moturayo. Shout out to Osunda. I'm so sorry because it's your username. Shout out to Kemi Olaoye. Lifestyle with Jenna. Shout out to you as well. Chi Chi Okpeoluwa. Barbara. I saw Barbara's comments earlier. Thank you, Barbara, for joining in. Shout out to Danisha Sayed. Shout out to Bolanle Rhodes, Adenike Abisola. So many people. I am so grateful. Thank you. Thank you for joining and been sticking with me for almost an hour. So, we're ready for writing. Let's start writing. Just to confirm, can you see my Microsoft Word screen? I hope you can see it. You better see it. Just say Word if you can see my Microsoft Word screen. I just need WORD. Let me see. Let me hear a word in the chat if you can see my Microsoft Word screen. I'm not starting unless I see Word. You can't see Word. Nope. Hey, tech issues again. What is happening? Okay. No, you can't see it. Okay, that's interesting. One minute. While I'm figuring that out, please be asking your questions. Let me be answering questions while I figure out Microsoft Word. Oh, you can see. Somebody said yes. Can you see it? I saw yes in the comments. So Adelakun Joshua said yes. Can you see my Microsoft Word screen? Okay, while I'm figuring out if you've this is my first stream. I'll obviously watch more YouTube videos on how to stream better. Um, Jenna says no. Okay, I'm figuring it out. While I figure that out, please ask me your questions. Okay, not yet. Okay, please ask me your questions. Let me start with your questions. No. Okay. It's clear that nobody can see my screen. Thank you all. I'm fixing it. But as soon as you see the Microsoft Word screen, just say WORD. But for now, let me take your questions. I'm figuring this out. Any questions while we figure out our screen situation? Please feel free and ask questions. Oh, I'm working on the Microsoft Word. We'll do the live writing simulation in a bit. Don't be shy. Ask your questions. Is it a must to give examples? Yes, it is a must to give examples. So it's just like it's a must to give examples, Jenna. How do I put this now? It's just like you want to paint. I know we are not professional writers, and most of us here are not professional writers, but we're trying to paint a picture of something happening, and the best way to paint a picture is by giving examples. So let's say you're writing the letter to complain about a a cream a cream you bought. Maybe you bought a moisturizer, and when you open the package, open the jar, the actual moisturizer jar, the jar was empty. So obviously, in that scenario, there is no example per se, but you have to describe the situation. On so and so day, I bought an Amazon order for this and this and that. You understand? I bought an Amazon order for this and this and that, and on opening the box, it came up empty. So with that situation, there is no typical example, but you are describing the situation. Do you understand? How best to reduce? I'm so sorry. 0012L. How best to reduce thinking so much while in the exam? Please. So I don't mean to be a mental health professional, but please try to be present. Try to be present. Leave everything, like, life is tough. We all go through stuff. Yeah, life is tough again. We all go through stuff, but this exam is expensive. It's not a cheap exam. And I feel really bad when I hear stories of people that are writing the exam for the third time, writing the exam for like the fourth time. It's really painful. It's not a cheap exam. So, like the way I was raised, my mom is here. The way I was raised, when money is involved, you give it you give it your all. You give it your absolute best. So try your. I know, like, you understand. I give an example in one of my videos. Oh, I had to work the night before. I woke up quite early. You must be at the exam hall 45 minutes before the exam starts. I took a bus to a bus station. From the bus station to the exam center, I still had to walk, and I was running because I thought I would be late. So many things are on your mind. So 000012L. Just try. I know it's hard. Take a deep breath. Oh, for the survey questions. Okay, I'll get to that. Jenna. Um, Take a deep breath. Like I mentioned, take a bottle of water if you have it. Take a deep breath, and nothing else matters at that very moment. You don't go to the exam hall with your phone. Thankfully, nothing else matters at that very moment. All that matters is what you have to do, and that will help you for listening, because you can't be trying to pay attention to something very delicate and you're thinking about, when I still have to go enter traffic on my way back home. That doesn't matter right now, because, sorry to say this, if you are focusing on all those things that are not beyond your control, you will have to come back again and face another traffic. So nothing else matters but the exam at that very moment. I know it's 3 hours. Even me, just 1 hour of sitting down on this, I'm already tired. So yeah, nothing else matters. Program, okay. I'm looking at. So nobody has said word. So you guys can't see my screen. Whew. Jesus, what is happening? What is happening? What is happening? In terms of a story or ideas to talk about. Okay, I gave a strategy in my writing video. You should check it out if you've not seen it. That strategy helps. There are 7 areas of life. Whenever we write our New Year resolution or our vision board or those things we do at the beginning of the year, or manifestation journal, if you're into journaling and intentional living, which you should be, but by the way, um, wow, the questions are a lot. Okay, wait, okay, hold on. There are so many things that happen to you in life. So let's say your goals for the year is to lose weight. That is physical. Your goal for the year is to make $5,000 more than you're currently making. That is financial. Your goal for the year is to have clarity of ideas, live well. That's mental. Your goal for is to be more tidier, to contribute to the environment, to volunteer. That is environmental. I gave those things. There were 7 of them. Let me see if I can remember all of them. Physical, mental, financial, environmental. So let's say your goal is to read more books. Personal growth, personal development plus personal growth. That's 5. There are 2 I can't remember right now. But those 7 areas of life, they will help you pick the best idea. So let's say the question 2 is saying that, oh, oh my God, that's just almost dead. Okay. Sorry about that. Let's say the question 2 is saying pick this or that. So you now think to yourself, which one has more stronger points I can easily build? So if you're like, okay, let's choose this because it will help our economy boost whatever. That is economical. You could say financial, but it is still environmental because it's so okay. So I forgot to say social. Social is one of them. Those will help you build ideas. I got a 9 in writing and 8 in speaking without any preparation. It's really experience with all in recent lessons. Very challenging. How can I manage my reading skills? Danny, were you here when I went through like the recap? I talked about active listening. I talked about passive listening. I talked about note taking, and I also talked about how to take good notes essentially. But yes, it is possible. A 9 and we can't see it yet. Okay. Okay, okay. Can you see it now? Can you see my screen now? You should see my screen now. I'm a little bit scared. Oh, Adilakun Joshua. Please type here. Oh, Brazil. Wow. Whitney official. Thank you. Shout out to you for tuning in from Brazil. Please type WORD if you can see my screen. Let's get started with the live simulation, please. I think I was on preview mode. Now I'm on the actual mode, so you should see my screen. Please just tell me word. Otherwise, I don't know what to do. I figured everything out. I actually watched like 5 videos on streaming, and I thought I had figured it out. I was ready, and just one challenge after the other. But we're still moving. I can't see any comments yet. Can you type WORD if you can see my screen? The comments are not loading. Yeah, relationship. Thank you very much. Relationship. So that is like family and relationship. Family and relationship as well. Hello? Somebody type something. I'm not sure you guys can hear or see me. No, I'm going to figure this out. And by my second stream, I promise everyone, by my second stream, everything will be perfect. Also, while we're doing, I can't see any comments. I'm still active. I'm online. The time is counting down, but I can't see any comments. Um, can you guys hear me? Can you guys see me? 2,500 kbps. Please type word if you can see my screen. Ah, thank God. Ah, Whew, it's been a lot. It's been a lot. I do not envy streamers at all, even though they are rich. I'm so glad you guys can finally see my screen. Oh my lord. Yeah, I truly apologize for these technical issues, but like I said, nothing good comes easy. There are always, storms in every valley, but that was a wrong analogy. There are always, obstacles that we fight. But I really appreciate you guys for sticking through. Truly, truly, I'm so grateful. Now, we're jumping to you can. Oh, I'm so happy. Thank you guys for sticking by. I'm really, really grateful. Um, yeah, that's very good to hear. Can you hear me? Can you hear my audio? Please type audio if you can hear me. I also want to be sure that you can hear me and you can see the screen at the same time. Oh, thank you all so much. Thank you all so much. Thank you all so much. Please type audio in the comments just so I can confirm that you can also hear me. Oh, Adela Joshua, um, please stop. It's YouTube will think you're spamming me with your multiple comments. Please stop. Adela I'm seeing a lot of word from you. Okay, I just want to see audio, then I know I can start. I want to please, if you can also hear me, please type audio in the comments. I'm only seeing word. I'm not seeing audio. I understand everything clearly in listening. I face a lot of challenges not taking. Given that I'm a cover professional, I tend to write everything in long form. Danish, you have to learn how to write things in short form. You have to learn it. It's something I also didn't do because when I was classically trained to always write sentences in long form, but I had to learn the art of abbreviation, shorthand, whatever. It's so bad because in friend chats I'll be typing in full sentences and they're typing in short form. Um, so I had to learn that it's not like you're going to be great, but and I feel it will also be very helpful even as a corporate professional because let's say you don't have a digital device for your recording or something to take notes on and you're not that fast of a typist, you need Adilakun, please stop. You need a form of note taking that will be concise but you can understand everything in the same at the same time. Adilakun is spamming the chat. We are hearing and your screen is visible now. Okay, I just want to hear. Okay, I can see the audio tags. I can see the audio now. Okay, okay, that's perfect. So let's start with the audio. So here's how I got the question. For full transparency, I just went to ChatGPT. I'm using ChatGPT Plus, and I asked for a complicated question because if I solve a complicated question, it will make it easier for you to see how to answer these questions. Um, 1 second while I pull out the question. Since we're doing tax 2, so I want you guys to pick one of this. So you can say A, B, or C. You would choose which one I should write, and I would work on that. Is that okay? I have three options for writing tax 2, so I have no idea what is going to be. So you'll be the ones to choose whatever I write on. Yes, I can see and hear you. Okay, great, great. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We're about to start the writing simulation. Just give me a minute. While the questions are loading, audio, thank you guys so much. It's not even about the technicalities we are facing, it's the fact that you guys are still stuck on this channel despite all these challenges. I am truly, truly grateful. You have no idea. While that is happening, let me just see if anyone dropped a question that is I haven't answered yet. But I'm starting like 2 3 minutes. We're starting the um, okay, Photo Springs. I shared on my video on toughest task in the description. I shared where you can get mock tests. Yeah, any tips for listening and discussion for viewpoints. I mentioned if two people are talking, draw two straight. If three people are talking, draw two straight lines, and you just note that this person is for this, person is for that, person is for that. That way, it's much more seamless. That way, it's much more seamless. So the questions are not loading. So many challenges today. We're going to fix it. Either way, I'm answering questions in the comments. So while the questions are being pulled up, I'm answering questions in the comments. I'm answering questions in the comment section. In 2 minutes, we'll start the live simulation. My system is loading. But so far, so good. Are we confident about the exam? Do we have any questions? Because after the writing simulation, we will close. So let me just use this time to take questions. Okay, someone asked a question about listening, listening and writing notes at the same time. Yeah. Like I said, your primary focus should be on listening. Your secondary assignments or focus will be to take notes. But try your best as such that even if you didn't take notes, which you should, but if it happened that you didn't take notes, right? You still understood like 80% of the question. You get me? So that okay, I can now guess based on what I understood, it's probably option C. You understand? Okay, we have our questions now. So we have three options. You're going to pick which one you want. Um, I'm pasting it in the Microsoft Word. So let me know which. Okay, oh, I can't work. Let's do Control A and let's say 10. Let's say 5.5. Okay, that's too small. You know what? Let's do it like this. It's too small. Don't worry. Let's do two options. That way we can pick. So we have two options for writing, but they are both tax two questions. Just give me 1 second while I magnify this. I don't need their. I don't need their. ChatGPT was trying to give me ideas, but I don't need that. Let's just do this. Now, this is by no way a standardized exam, but it will guide you. I believe it will be a great guide for everybody watching. So I have two. Still have to reduce it. Please tell me which one you want. Do you want me to write on option A or option B? Now, these are random. I have no idea what to write. I'm going to be thinking on the spot. But the reason why I wanted to confirm if you can also hear me is such that you can hear what I am, how I'm generating my ideas, how I am thinking, and you can see what I am writing. Do you understand? So please pick in the comments option A or option B. Option A, option B. I don't know how to do a poll, but yeah, option A or option B. Aside the one on the official website, Photo Springs. I didn't want to mention them, but I guess I'll mention them. There are two YouTube channels that do. There are two YouTube channels that I came across. I actually came across them after. Actually came across them after like after my exam, and they are Phoenix CELPIP, Phoenix like Phoenix, the mythical Phoenix, Phoenix CELPIP, and what's the second one? Career Access. So just check those YouTube channels out. Also, E2 Test Prep, like E, the letter E, then the number two. E2 Test Prep also has some great mock exams that you can use. So nobody has picked yet. Option A or option B? Which one are we doing today? Like as always, I'm so grateful. Thank you guys for sticking through all of these technical challenges. Option A or option B? Option A or option B? So option A is about city funding. Option B is about school policy. I actually feel like option A will be more logical because they always ask about community stuff. Oh, you guys are forming communities without me. I'm jealous. Ari Abisola is asking if anybody is writing their exams on the 29th of November in the UK. You guys can link up and make friends. I'm jealous you guys are making friends without me. Don't mind me. So option A, option B. I think we're going with option A because only Abisola has said option A. Going in 5. Oh, thank you so much, Damilola. Going in 5. Option A or option B. Can you see the screen first of all? Okay, you already said you can see the screen. Can you see how legible it is? Like, should I increase the font size or something? Option A or option B? Please don't. Who is writing CELPIP in Ibadan on the 29th of November? Okay, so only two people have commented option A. I think we should actually do option A because there's a higher possibility that your questions will be community related as opposed to a school policy. Um, so you guys can start your own WhatsApp group on the comment section about when you're writing your exam. But please, please, and please, this was what I actually advertised in my community tab. I advertised that I'm going to be doing a blank page from start to finish. So even though you guys are forming your community, please focus. Please focus. I need a timekeeper who will be our volunteer to keep the time. So you put the time. I'm going to try. I'm going to try to do this in 10 minutes. Okay, no. I'm going to try to do this in 12 minutes. So I need a timekeeper who would time me for 12 minutes. So put your time and your time zone. So if you are the timekeeper, okay, I need a volunteer first. I need 2 volunteers actually, so we can have 2 different time zones. Who is volunteering to be? Who is volunteering to be the timekeeper? Jenna, you've been really active. You volunteer to be timekeeper as well as Joshua, Damilola, Bisola. I need a timekeeper volunteer real quick. Let's do this quickly. So we're doing option A. The timekeeper will just let me know when I have, if I'm doing it in 12 minutes, you let me know when I have 6 minutes left and when I have 3 minutes left, and you tell me 1 minute left, then time up. Okay, it's like the comments are coming like much later. I'm way ahead of the comments. That's why I get the comments late. Okay, I'll just set a timer on my watch. Never mind about never mind about timekeeper. Oh, Adilakun Joshua, perfect. So Adilakun, you're timing me for 12 minutes. Just put your current time. If you're in Nigeria and it is I don't know, 4 plus 6. It is 10:30-ish. Put your current time and say your time starts now. I'll also be timing myself. I don't have the luxury of doing this in the exam. Setting a 15-minute timer. Now this is not so that now please don't be like I can't match up. It's because of time. I can't stick to 26 minutes and you guys watching me write, but I'll try to make it as engaging as possible. Um Let me see. I can set a timer here. So I can see I'm going to set a 10-minute timer. Adelakun Joshua, what is your time right now? Put your time right now and tell me starts so I will know what time I'm working with. I'm waiting for Adelakun Joshua. Um, if it doesn't start in a minute, I'll just get started. But guys, this is the question we're dealing with. Let me read out the question. Um, City funding, public library upgrade versus community gym equipment. Your city has your city can fund one improvement this year. Choose library upgrade or gym equipment. As far as I'm concerned, my time has started. I've said 15 minutes, but I will do 12. Um, no, let's do that. Let's do that again. Sorry about that. Let's do 10 minutes. So I'll just now have 2 minutes left. Okay, you guys can see my screen. So let's start with this. Now I'm going to be thinking out loud so you can see how I'm generating my ideas. Okay, we have two options. My time has started. Adela, I don't know if you are with me or not. Um, I'm actually distracted now, but yeah, let's just start. So I'm going to be sharing my thoughts out loud. Please focus in the comment section. Yeah, and you ask your questions later. So library upgrade or gym equipment. Now I would think that library upgrade will be better. Um, Library upgrade will be better. Why will library upgrade be better? Because when people read, but gym is also important. Gym equipment. I think it goes without saying that we should pick library. Now, why am I picking library? I'm picking library because I have more things to talk about. Um, a library is it helps develop your capacity. So we can think of if we think of the 7 areas of life, we can think of no, not physical. We can think of personal development slash personal growth as one of the 7 areas of life. We can think of mental. When you read books, your mind travels, you gain more experience, you gain more knowledge. Then we can think of social, social. We can also think of thanks for the person who taught me in the comments. We can also think of relationships. We can meet friends at the gym. Sorry, at the library. You can start your own book club, like you guys are doing in the comment sections. Like you're doing your own community thing. Okay, now with these ideas, I can start talking. Now, the way I would do it is that this is my hack code. Are you guys listening? I can just go by starting with the ending. Don't worry about this. I strongly recommend a library a public library upgrade for the so let me think of the community. I just need a name. Let me say Yellowstone for the Yellowstone community. Thank you. Now, I strongly recommend a library upgrade. Oh, Grammarly, please leave me alone. I strongly recommend a public library upgrade over community. Please also note that equipment is plural. There is no such thing as equipments. So if you say over a public library upgrade over community gym equipments, you are wrong. Equipments. we already know this is our ending. We know that we've chosen a public library upgrade over a community gym equipment. So now let's continue. Um, let's say I strongly recommend, I strongly believe. I'll change my tenses later, but what's coming to my hand is that um, I propose that the Yellowstone, like I formed this from scratch, Yellowstone, I propose that the um, Yellowstone community include two reasons. Yellowstone community invests in a invest in upgrading our public library this year for, I talked about three reasons. Let me give two for time because I give myself only, how many minutes do I have left? I have 7 minutes left for public library, for personal development. I also talked about mental. I can prioritize them later. I'm thinking that mental, okay, personal development may actually be more stronger, a stronger reason. Personal development, mental. I may remove the third one because of time, and social reasons. This is not taking flight yet. I strongly invest. So the question says they can only fund one this year. So that means they can do the gym equipment next year. So I can change this to I propose that that the Yellowstone community invests in upgrading invest upgrading our public library over the gym gym equipment this year. Equipment this year for personal development, mental and social reasons. Then I can say that community and and a gym and gym equipment could be considered next year. So this is just showing that I paid attention to the question because it's not like there is one that is more important. No, not like both of them. Not like it's one or the other. It's just a matter of time because they said fund one improvement this year. You understand? Um, Gym equipment and gym equipment. What am I doing? Over community for the and gym equipment can be can be what's the verb, can be done next year. That's a lazy way to complete it, but I'll come back to it. I propose that the community invest in upgrading our public library over gym equipment this year. Personal development, mental and social reasons. So let me see how many words I've written so far. I think I've noticed I've written 49 words. Okay, the pressure is on. Um, our okay, like so now what can I now? Yeah, we're thinking of how best can we develop our ideas. I've talked about personal development. What can I say? I can say that the books in the library because please note that they already have a library. You understand? We just need to upgrade the library. You understand? So I'll say the Yellowstone Public Library is in a deplorable, just no, not deplorable. It's currently is currently outdated with um is currently outdated with I want to say that that the books there are like old books that have not that have not been updated to modern literature or like modern books that can help people. Is currently outdated with a large expansion of books from the early from the early from the late. I want to say that like the books there are like books from 2010 or things like that. But I would just say to make it look to aggravate things. I have wow to aggravate things. I would say that the books there are like from the late 19th century. I wanted to say early 20th century, but then again, some books in 2010 might still be quite good. From outdated with a lot of books, mostly because not all books will be outdated, mostly from the late 19th century. 19th century. I don't want the th to be small, but Microsoft's Word is doing its thing. From the late 19th century, I have 2 minutes left. 44 from the late 19th century. I don't think this is feasible. 19th century, with little to no how do I put it, relevance to the ever changing um to the ever changing. I want to say that we listen to no relevance to the ever changing world of literature, to the ever changing. Yeah, I can say that ever changing world of literature of literature. Um, and there's more to literature, but than literature is mostly fiction and actually, I think I can leave it at this for now. To the ever, I shouldn't be using Grammarly. To the ever-changing world of literature. I tried to disable Grammarly. I don't know why it's still here. Writing is paused. Whatever. Yeah. So we do that. We need to know relevance to ever-changing world of literature, and is desperately and okay. Let me stop this sentence. The library desperately needs new books that can help all community members um, attain all community members, new books that can help all community members. I want to say that books that can help community members stay in touch with current times, but I'm trying to tie it back to this personal development. So new books that can help all community members. I'm not seeing your comment right now because I'm on Microsoft Word. I can help all community members um, develop themselves. Can I say that? But I want to say develop themselves mentally. So yeah, I can actually say that what I will do to trick them is I will remove this. Of course, mentors develop themselves mentally. I'm out of time. Mentally. So I've used this is 12 minutes. This is what I could come up with in 12 minutes. Now, if I submitted this, I'll probably get like a 6 or 7 because I'm not full. I will lose points for ideas. Like my ideas are not fully formed. Um, so let me see the comments. Oh, Adela, I couldn't even see your comments. 10:34, your time starts now. Okay. Um, Time up. Yeah, I just saw your. So in 12 minutes, this was what I was able to write. So I want to know: should I continue writing or should I explain what I wrote so far? But could you see how I developed ideas? What do you guys think? Should I continue writing or I should stop? I couldn't see your. So how many words did I write in the time frame? I wrote 91 words. But then again, this was 12 minutes. But what do you guys think? Should I keep on writing? Should I explain some things? Do you have any questions? Let me know. Your wish is my command. I don't see any comments. Let me go to YouTube directly. Okay. All right, all right. The comments are coming a bit slower than. So I'm seeing the comments of 4 minutes, 2 minutes left. I have problems with counting. What do you mean by that, Adilakun? Um, so I wrote 91 words. So should I continue, or would you have any questions on what I've written so far? Exactly. Risha. Sorry, I didn't get. I'm not sure I'm pronouncing your name well. Rishab. Very. That is. Yes, there is. Okay, one question per time. Rishab, that is very correct. That is the standard. In writing, there's something called draft. You write your first draft, then you write your second draft, then you write the final thing. So in those 26 minutes, right, you write what you can write as well as you can write it, but don't think so much on the flowery language and the sophisticated vocabulary, like Richard said. You just write what you can write, then you now use your extra time to be adding more. You can add in more, dollops of beautiful language. Perfect, Richard. Thank you for that. Yeah, Abisola, yes, it comes with an automatic spell check. I tried to disable Grammarly. I don't know why Grammarly was still trying to help me correct my words, even though I could see that I typed something wrongly. But yeah, that happens. That happens. Um, what else? What else? Somebody says I'm a bit scared. Who is that? Fessy Fessy Media. 28th of November. Today is the 8th. You have 20 days. You can do it. Um, Waiting for your feedback on that. Should I continue writing? The comments are coming quite slower than usual. Should I continue writing, or you will have questions on what I've written so far? Oh, well, well. Yeah, Adela Joshua. It comes with a time count. It comes with a word count. What I have experienced. Okay, I've read Rishab. Some people count the words for you. That's correct. Also, your function should be compare between both of them. Help me do the same. Okay. I have issues with reading though. Okay. While I'm writing right now, I'll answer your specific questions on reading first in media. Let me just know what people think so far. I need to make some adjustments to the way this thing is showing. Give me 1 second. But I'm waiting for your questions. Should I continue writing, or should I discuss what I've written so far? I think I hope I've not missed. Can you still see the thing? Can you see all the? I'm seeing various things at the same time, but I don't know which one I should do. 1 second, please. So somebody says I should discuss my ideas. I should discuss. Okay, let's discuss. Can you see the full screen? Can you see everything? I think my image is blocking a part of the Microsoft Word document. Let me see what I can do about that. So let me see this better. Okay, I think it's slightly better now. Okay. So let me discuss what I've written so far. Exactly. I have that problem as well, facing media. Punctuations. I used to forget to put my full stop, my commas. But let me discuss what we've done so far. So you can see the question says, City can fund one improvement this year. So this is a this so it can come in the question can come in two ways. Either pick this or pick that, or both of them are important, but we can only do one this year or this month. So this is the second phase where both you have two options. They are both okay, but the CC can only pick one this year. Now, what did I do? I was trying to speak out loud so you can get how I'm generating my ideas. Was that you can see I didn't spend a lot of time. I spent like 3 5 minutes, even less. I spent like 2 minutes actually thinking that should I do library or gym, and I decided to do library. Actually, I think I should have done gym. If I did the gym, I might have gotten more ideas for that. Ribash, please let's focus on writing for now so that I can help people with writing. I will come after this, I will do another Q&A. I think we'll be here till maybe another 30 more minutes so that other people can do other things. Ribash, thank you, but let's focus on writing for now. Um yeah. So like as I was saying, yeah, like so the first thing I did was that I thought of which one to pick, but I did not spend 7 hours. You don't have 7 hours, but I didn't spend a long time thinking of, oh, which one should pick, which one should I pick, because there is no right or wrong answer. Once I picked library upgrade, I didn't do this in my own exam, but because I was on such a short time, I wrote one of the simplest things I could write, which is the closing. That's why I wrote this quickly. I strongly recommend a public library upgrade over the gym equipment for the Yellowstone community. This is even a typo, and the community can consider gym equipment next year. So you see, this is like my second draft now. I am editing what I have done in 12 minutes. So I started with this. You don't need to start with the ending, but because I gave myself 1/3 of the time, I was trying to, just make it work so you guys can see how I develop my ideas. So you see that also, if you guys were watching as I was typing, I started with three reasons. I wrote physical and sorry, I wrote personal development, I wrote mental, and I wrote social. But in the time I was using to develop this idea, I figured out that it's better to stick with mental than personal development, because I'm coming from the idea that there is already a library, but the library does not have updated books. Probably they have books from the 19th century, and we're in 2025. Students, people who love to read either fiction or something else, they need newer books. So you understand, you can't try to update a 20th century mind with 19th century folk unless you're doing research. People need fresh information, people need fresher books. So I didn't even state that they need to buy new books, but I stated here that the Yellowstone Library is currently outdated with a large expansion of books, mostly from the 19th century. I could have done a quotation here, a colon here. So just put the full stop and comma colon. That just makes it like a stop and a full stop and a comma together, a colon. So with little to no relevance to the ever-changing world of literature. You know what? I'll keep it. I'll keep it. I'll remove it rather. I'll remove it. Just the random comma is okay. Okay. I didn't need Grammarly for that, but yeah. Ever-changing world of literature. Now, the library, okay, I said it. The library desperately needs new books to help all community members develop themselves mentally. Now, somebody asked the question that, oh, do I give examples? Do I give examples here and there and that? Can you see how I give an example? I gave like, oh, the library has this situation. There is not, all the books there are old. Community members need new books. So you see, I gave the situation, but I applied this to the current our current question, which is the community members. Is one thing to say that, oh, the library has old books, and so how does it relate to the community? The community members need new books so that they can develop themselves mentally. If I had enough time and I decided to write social, my ideas would have been that investing in more better infrastructure, maybe a good AC, not just because the first idea is on the books themselves, upgrading the books so that we can have recent literature. But maybe if they invest in, good chairs, tables, study stations, it could be a meeting point for discussion and innovation. You understand? Things happen in the library. Some libraries have like fully quiet centers, and some libraries have like a place where you can do like group studies and practice work. You understand? So that could help to breed innovation, and also socially, people can meet at the library to do meaningful work. That's what I would have said if I had time. Exactly. Let me just look through the questions. I would you can discuss what you've written. Filming will be help. What type of mails come often? I heard that complaints mails. Yes, yes. Most of the time, I think with all the price question I've sent for writing task one, you see, I will share something with everyone real quick. I'll share something with everyone real quick. Just give me a second. You will see that you mostly complain about something. Write an email to a restaurant manager. Write an email to a logistics manager. Something was wrong. You want an email to complain. The truth is that somebody is trying to test how well you will do with everyday life conversations. In our everyday life, we have to send an email to complain about something or to request for something. That is just mirroring reality. But it's something that once you know, you will figure out a way to keep on doing that. Keep dropping your questions, and I can do like my final Q&A. Or should okay, I'm not going to continue writing, but I've showed you what I could write. I could have said that for the social reasons, it can be a meeting point for meaningful work and innovative, and like this is actually very good, and a sport for developing innovative ideas. So that would have been my second. This line would have been my and a sport for developing. This second line would have been my basis, what I would have discussed about. So I would have said how people can come to the library to do meaningful work, but the library does not have enough infrastructure that would be a conducive environment for library work. So I can say the library could become a meeting point for meaningful work and a spot for developing innovative ideas. So I'll be like, currently, I know I said I won't write, but I'm ending up writing everything. But it's better to just finish what I started. Currently, the library lacks relevant infrastructure rather than I can also say amenities, but let me just say infrastructure. Let me say amenities. Library lacks relevant amenities. The library lacks relevant amenities to I want to say that to operate efficiently. Investments. If the community invests, or let me say investment in or investing. Can you see, like, you will keep on finding better ways to make things work. Investing in the library's infrastructure. Can you see I ended up using it because you don't want to use the same thing over and over again. So amenities here, infrastructures there. Investing in the library's infrastructure will make okay, I want to say will be advantageous for the community. Advantageous, beneficial, you can use many words. Advantageous for the community. The library, this could make the library, this could make the library become yeah. Can you see? We finished. If I submit this, aside my main Grammarly, please go. 106, 131 words. Okay, I need to write a little bit more to make it 150 words. But this is where we are right now. Okay, Chichi, that's what I'm doing. That's what I ended up doing. I'm actually developing my ideas right now. Thank you, Chichi, for that comment. Where are we? Okay, let me just fully develop it then. So now this happens. We can either underwrite or overwrite. So in this case, since we have 150 to 200 words, I have underwritten. Since Microsoft Word tells me I have only written 131 words, I have underwritten. So I need to find a way to get back to writing fully to meeting the basic requirements, which is usually 150 words. So let me see what I can do to continue. Please, if you're still with me, say continue in the comment section so I know that YouTube has not kicked me out. But I think we should be fine. But I just want to see like one or two continues in the comment section. But you can see how I developed the ideas. I started by thinking of okay, which one should I go with, gym or library? I decided on library. There is no correct answer. I could have been the gym. I'm actually thinking that if I actually chose the gym, I would have had more things to write about, physical health, mental health. It's all the whole shebang that we talked about. Then from my choice, I quickly wrote my ending, which you don't have to write. You can follow the same process. We're just trying to get out as many words as possible within a short period. I just put my closing there and we'll work on that later. Then I started with my opening where I stated my choice. So I said I proposed the community invest in upgrading our public library over the gym. Then I went to my first point. My first point was my mental reasons. I initially wanted to do I wanted to do personal development, but it ended up being mental. So you can see how we came here. Then I thought of it. My time ran out. The 12 minutes I gave myself ran out, and I explained my social reasons. So social reason can be a hub for meaningful work, meeting points, and a spot for developing innovative ideas. Yeah, that's basically how I came up with my point. But now I have underwritten. I have only 155 words, and I want to 131 words. So I need to write a minimum of 19 words. But from what I can see here, my first paragraph is very limited. So let me see how I can improve it. And also, while also checking for grammatical errors, I propose that the Yellowstone community invests. I don't know why it's picking invests. Okay, community is singular, so you can't use yeah. Yellowstone community invests in upgrading our public library over gym equipment this year for mental and social reasons. How can I expand it? So how can I make this more? So I can say that the public library over the gym equipment this year. So I've not added any writing connectors. Um, I can add a writing connector in the third paragraph. In lieu of this, but that would change the sentence a bit. The library could become the library could become meeting points for meaningful work and possible educational ideas. I can also say based in the last paragraph. I'm just trying to add writing connectors to also meet the word counts. Based on these results, okay, it's getting late for point in Nigeria, so I'm wrapping up. I'm sorry about that. I actually didn't know it would be this long. Based on these results, I strongly recommend a public library over community gym equipment. Hmm. Over gym equipment. You see, it's very important to come back to read your work. Over gym equipment for the Yellowstone community as community, the community, the the community can consider um, can consider funding gym equipment next year. Okay, that's where we are right now. Um, we're at 136 words. I have to find a way to increase this. So um, I can say to begin with, um, to start with the Yellowstone community. That will change this capital letter T to a small letter T. The Yellowstone um, Public Library is currently outdated, comma, with a large expansion of books, mostly from the late 19th century. Mm, I think I can expand this a bit more. Full stop here. Um, the the material, I want to find another word for apart from literature. The the books or the what can I use instead of books? The I can say books. Let's say the books in the library have have little to no relevance to the ever-changing world. Current. Oh, I've already used currently here. The books in the library have little to no relevance in the ever-changing world of literature. The library is creating new books to help all community members develop themselves mentally. Full stop. I propose. Um, I propose that the Yellowstone invest in operating chain, public library over gym equipment this year. Um, this year. Let me see how many words I'm at. 144. Wow. I mean, I'm really struggling here. So we can say, what can we say for this opening? Since we're stating our position, um, okay, I can change it to say that instead of invest, I can say since it said city fund, purpose for community um, should countries that invests for mental and physical social reasons. I propose that the Yellowstone community invest in upgrading our public library over gym equipment this year. Um, Current based on this result. Okay, I can expand on this last sentence. Community can consider funding gym equipment next year as it is not a, a, a priority at this time. Okay. I've, yeah. Okay. Okay, that was not it. We are at 153 words. I can actually put my name. There's nothing wrong with putting your name. Pelumi. Okay, so we've surpassed, even before I put my name, without highlighting my name, we are currently at 153 words, which is good enough. As long as we get the points, we get the points. I might have been tempted. The easy way out will have been, I will have been tempted. Okay, it's not showing the full thing. Let me scroll up a bit so you can see the full thing. Great. So that's the beginning of my. Oh no, let's do this. Can you see it now? From what I can see, it's still showing a bit of that. Let's see. Okay, I think we're good. Ignore my face. My face is just covering the part that says thank you and my name. So let me go back to the comments and see where we are at. So any of your questions, you can see that it's not like I am perfect. That's it. Maybe in an exam situation, I'll have taken it a bit more seriously. But then again, I was discussing my ideas with you. I was following you through the process. Maybe that didn't let me, fully focus, and it took a bit more time, and I apologize for that. Um, Please, like I said earlier, if you can, I would really appreciate if you send me a super chat just by the comments. There's like a slides bill sign, a notes bill. Can feel free to donate. It really helps the channel and helps me, helps me as a person. But if you don't have it, you don't have to put yourself under pressure. Totally optional. Yeah, so I think we're done. Let's take questions on this task 2. Then I take general questions and we call it a close. I am just waiting for your questions. I'm going to take some water. Don't worry, Elizabeth. I will try to. It might be very long and a lot of pauses in between. But Elizabeth, I will try to make it live. I will try to post it on my channel afterwards to make it live. And I'll also help everybody who is not live to put. I'll put video chapters so you can click to the parts where there were mild interruptions here and there. Do you understand? Yeah, Elizabeth. While waiting for questions, it's like this. Don't worry. When I come back, my next live stream. Also, okay, let's do it process by process. Please ask your questions on writing task 2 or any questions on writing generally, and I'll be sure to answer. Afterwards, you can ask your general questions. Then the last thing we'll do is that let me know what you would like me to focus on in the next live stream. If I do one, I'll try to do another one, but I'll try my best to focus on fixing this technicality so that we have a smoother stream. You get me? Waiting for your questions. While that is going on, let me see if what is happening here. So, like I said earlier, just a recap while I'm waiting for your questions. Please try to do active listening. I would put the video chapter when I upload this on my channel. Try to do active listening. Try to act as if you are fully involved in the audio you're hearing. That's my tip for listening. For reading, don't focus too much on the time. understand that the time is low. You have short time, a very short time to answer your questions, but focus on trying to get the best out of each passage. Use the strategy by either skim reading or looking at the questions and trying to find the answers from there, or reading the first two live in the next 2 3 days. I'm working. So the thing is, let me know. You guys did not see anything in the community tab. The community tab is your best place so I can interact with all my subscribers. So in the community tab, let me show you the community tab. So I have my phone here. Let me switch to my camera. So let me switch to my camera. So when you go to YouTube, right? When you go to YouTube, right? Um, so this is my channel. Oh yeah. Uh, but anyway, this is my channel that has my list of videos, right? It has the list of videos. This is my channel. It has the list of videos. I'm trying to position this one. So it has a list of videos. So right above my channel, you will see something that says visit community. Tap on visit community and write anything you want to write. It's open for everybody. You can type, oh, I would like you to do your next video on this. I would like you to do a next video on this. So 2 to 3 days is a Monday. Today is Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. I'm working. So I'm not. Oh, your night attempt. Wow, wow. Rishab, I know you've already booked, but I tell everybody if you got a score, doing the same thing and expecting a different result is not a good thing to do. I'm sorry to say, but if you got a score that you are not happy with, don't quickly go and book another one, unless maybe there was a testimony in one of my comments. The person cleared his results. He got 10, 11, 11, and only 9 in listening. He can go ahead and book again because it might have been very close because he was just 1 point off. But if you're on a CLB 9 and you need a CLB, if you're in a CLB 8 and you need a CLB 10, take time out to practice and do things right before you book another exam. I wish you all the best, Rishab, but what do you need? Speaking. Speaking. Okay. Okay. Majorly, the challenge with speaking is tenses. Speaking is a confidence exam. Reading class. I will get to you first, media. But please let us deal with this one first. Any questions? If there are no questions on writing, then I'll move to the full Q&A. I'm going to wait for 2 minutes. So please, that community tab, go there, ask questions, do whatever you need. It's always available for everybody. So while I'm waiting for questions, because the comments are coming in late, what I would say is I have about 16 people who are still live, 16 to 22 people. Not sure of the exact amount, but yeah. While we're waiting for questions, okay. If you don't have questions on the writing exam, questions on anything at all, any category, or if you want me to do a video on something next, we've been here for a while. It's yeah, so people can go. I know that you have other things to do, other commitments. I'm not trying to keep you for long. Just wanted to be as detailed as possible with the writing simulation. I'm glad we are able to do that. Yeah. So what is the your questions, please? Reading is really difficult. I know, Fessy. I know. Um, See, right? Because we're dealing with accuracy in reading, like nobody grades your reading exam, nobody grades your listening exam. It is writing and speaking that are graded. Because we're dealing with accuracy, you need to get the right answer for each question at every time. Um, so when it comes to like the ending parts of listening, like listening part 4, where you have to fill in the gaps, where you have to fill in the gaps What I would say is that yeah, 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 yeah. Okay, okay. What I would say is that reading is difficult. I understand that. What I would say is that it requires you to focus. Focus and two things. You know that the time is not enough, and you also know that that you have to be really, really pay attention to detail. Use synonyms. So let's look at, okay, we have four questions, right? And we have one long, incredulously long passage. We are looking for answers in a very long passage. So, like I said in my video, that question one, this is a tip for reading. Anybody who is also having challenges with reading, question one is most likely going to be in the first or second paragraph, apart from the one where you have to pick what paragraph this was discussed. Question one will most likely be in the first paragraph. Question two will be below that. Question three will be below that. Just try your best to read between the lines. You get? I will try my best to make sure my next session is on reading. I will see what I can do. I'll pull all strings and make sure my next session is on reading. But what I need from you guys is that you should uh, you should be a bit more confident in your abilities. Every day you read, every day we do different things, but we just need to believe in yourself that you can do it. I know it is complicated, but you can actually do it. Um, so Liz, what is what I'm going to do? I'm going to do a Q&A for 10 minutes, then we will close. Yeah. Please make use of the community tab from today leading up to your self exam. If you have any question, if you want me to make a video on something, you make use of your community tab. All right. So what are we doing? 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 Um, Rishab, I will try to make a speaking live video. Since nobody is asking any question, please, is there any question on this writing that we just did, so I can switch back to full screen? Okay, your problem is reading part three. I know Luakpo Kerele. Reading part three. Yeah, the same thing applies. The same thing applies, and I feel like because of that time pressure, for I know I can't say don't look at the time because of that time pressure. Post this video on time. Oh, don't worry, I'll post this. I'll post it. I'll post it as soon as YouTube gives me the link. All the best in your exam, Elizabeth. Use of linking words. I don't understand the first media. Use of link word. Yeah, so it seems nobody has a question on writing, so I'll just take this screen off. If you have a question on writing or what I just did, let me know. It's like because people were asking for writing, so I did writing, but after my other videos went out, people now started asking for reading and speaking. So I already started planning for writing. That's why today is writing. So what is your ready for reading part three? Okay, let me answer this. Since people have asked about reading part three. For reading part three, let me go to the CELPIP website. 1 second. So yeah, that's what I'll say. We have to try not to be like, oh, the time is not enough, the time is not enough, and that will now like totally affect us. We need to know that these things we need to use our knowledge of vocabulary, our knowledge of synonyms to guide us properly to what the actual thing is. Yeah. Listening parts three. Oh, sorry, reading part three is reading for information. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Reading part three is it can be complicated. Doesn't mean it's not possible to ace it. My strategy remains the same. Look at how many holistically understand what is being said. like holistically, get the full gist of everything. Like, okay, they're talking about recycling, they're talking about film production, talking about filmmaking, they're talking about embroidery. What's that talking about? They now like, okay, who in this, that's reading for viewpoints, but you now be like, where does this place apply to that? So see what I will tell you to do. Let's use a more practical term. Slash, maybe there are 5 questions or whatever. Slash the thing into two. 4 questions here and 4 questions there. Like divide it into two. Make the passage look a little less complicated, because it is very complicated. That is why it is looking tricky to a lot of people. When you look at, focus on fewer paragraphs per time and try to find that, because the long passage is very intimidating. I would say that for sure. Long passage is very, very intimidating. So in tax 2, do we need to write supporting? Elizabeth, I don't understand you. Do we need to write supporting the other idea we did not support? Oh, I get what you mean. Yes and no. Personally, I did not write, I focused on the benefits of one. Look at the bullet points. If the bullet points said that, oh, let's also discuss, if the bullet points said, how do I put it? The bullet point clearly says that also show why we should not go for this other one. Then I will do it. But if the bullet point says help us decide which of the two to pick, I will just focus on that one. And what I would do in my last paragraph, like I did here, is that I would say, one second, where is it? I would say that it is more advantageous to the, yeah, what I did in this last paragraph, either I say it can consider this next year, it's not a priority at this time, or this will be more advantageous than this. I just mention it lightly. I majorly focus personally. I will advise you focus on the one you are going with, and talk about, if you ever mention this, you just say that you decide that to go with option A because option B has little to no option B has lesser advantages than option A. Okay, guys. Yeah. Well, I'm wrapping up. Any other questions? Any other questions? Yeah, yeah. Me personally, like a counter argument, personally, I would say that focus on the one that you are doing, because your major result is to convince them. Then in your last, oh, they're just coming in now. Oh gosh. In your last paragraph, you can now state that, oh, you are choosing this on over this because you believe it will have more advantages to the community. You understand? Like, I forgot to take my passport. Please, please. You can't. I don't think you can get a refund back. I'm so sorry at Ademedun at Siku. I don't think you can get a refund back. Please always grab a piece of identity, like your passports or whatever. Please, please, it's very important. A lot of people forget their passports, and they will say that they clearly told you in the instructions when you after you book the test to come with a piece of identification. You understand? So please don't forget your passports. Please, it's very important. I'm just going to stay for 5 minutes. By 5:35 my time, I'll leave. I'll also put video chapters when I upload this so that you can know where exactly it will take some time, Elizabeth Amuzat, but I'll try my best to put it as soon as possible. So I'm just waiting for your questions, and in 5 minutes, I would say bye bye. So thanks for the feedback, guys. I now know that a lot of people need help with reading. I'll personally see what I can do because I need material. I need material to help you. So I'll see what I can do, even if I have to make some payments here and there for the paid mock tests. I'll see what I can do, and I will do that in the next live session, which I don't know when. It takes a lot, just battling tech issues. I started this at about 3. It's about 2 hours into the live stream. So yeah, I'm just waiting for comments because the comments are coming later than usual. What time is the next live? I don't know. I don't know. So I'm thinking. I don't want to promise and fail. That's a very hard part to put me in. My calendar is all over the place. But most likely another. So what I can do is that um, Andy 2980. When is your exam? So please, since nobody is bringing any question, let me know when are your exams. Is your exam in November? Is your exam? Put the dates, the full date, November 5, November 20. Put the dates. I can try to do one more session. Um, one more session. One more live session when. So by the way, I don't know. I don't know. I will try. See, guys, the community tab is your best bet. Whenever I post in the community to announce the live, you can actually reply. Oh, please, can you do a video on this? Can you do a video on that? It's you. I'm here to help you. Because honestly, we can do this thing in one attempt. But for those who have written it, your next attempt should be your last attempt. You understand? November 14, November 28. Okay, let me check my calendar. But any questions while I'm checking? November 14. So that's so the the weekend period next week is my it's my only day off. So I'm going to use my side. I won't so I'm compensating. Do you want another video or another live masterclass? We have to choose one. That means I won't post any video this week. If you want another live masterclass, because time I'm meant to use to shoot a video, I'm doing a live class. So which one do you want? A live masterclass or a live video? Both. You can't eat your cake and have it. Video a no. What's one? You need to live of okay. How do I put this? Um, say okay, live. Oh wow, live video. Interesting. You just said videos. You need to say it's video. How do we put it? Live video or new upload. Let's choose live video or new upload. Let's put that so that people will not be confused. A live video or a new upload. By that time, I would have done more research on my lives to make it seamless and sweet for everybody. A live video or a new upload. We have 16. We have 19 viewers currently. Please type. Let's type in the comment section a live video on it. No, definitely. I will still post my live video on the new upload. But my a live video, I can answer your question directly as it's coming. But with a new upload, I only reply your comments. You understand? People are not replying. No, I don't know. So I'll try to do. Oh, it's not going to be easy. Oh. I'll try to do one more live video this month. I'll try to do one more live video this month. That's all I can say. I don't know the date, I don't know the time. I'll try to do one more. the general consensus Ademidun is that CELPIP is easier. Generally, people who have taken both is easier. And I'll be honest with you, people always ask me that how long did I practice for my results? So by just as a review, not to brag, but I was studying for IELTS first of all. But then I found out that IELTS that there was an option, there was something called CELPIP, and it was cheaper. So that's why I chose CELPIP because of the pricing, not anything different. So I was practicing intensely for CELPIP, and but based on what I can tell, Ademedu, I think CELPIP is easier. Yes. But then again, is the timing for CELPIP reading, sorry, for IELTS reading also long? It's generally I'll believe that CELPIP is easier. I'll stand by that. That's all I'll say. So to answer Andy, I will try my best to make one more live session this month. I don't know when your exam is, and I can't promise that I will try to do it before one person's exam. So I have to think of my own schedule, what people need. But the next live, I'm conflicted. Should I do a speaking live or a or a reading live? Those are the two most asked lives now. Is either speaking from Rashab or reading from Fessy. But Andy wants both. Okay, comments are not coming in anymore. I'm about to end the stream. Um, Live masterclass. Wow, wow, interesting, interesting. You want a live masterclass? Okay, okay, okay. Is there anybody here that the exam is in December? Is there anybody here that the exam is in December? Ademidu, it's up to you. Like I said, personally, I was preparing on and off. Okay, live video. Okay, okay, okay. I've heard you. I've heard your complaints. I've heard your. So I'll put up a poll in my community tab. Use the community tab, or I've said my own. No, use the community tab so I can attend to the most people. If you want, you can actually just chat me up on the community tab. That's the best way to get to me easily. You can just you can create your own posts, but please be respectful. Any abusive comments, I will delete it. So you can make create your own post and say, I want a please, I want a so and so masterclass on this. Rebooked for December 6th. Perfect. Yes, it will be up on my page. I have to let me see at stream marker. It will be live on my page. It will be live on my page. It will be live on my page. Let me just check that. Um, yeah, it will be live on my page. I assure you of that. It will live on my page. I think I should wrap up now. If nobody, um, yeah, if nobody has any further questions, it will be live on my page. I just want to check one more thing to be sure that it goes live on my page. Yeah, it's public. Okay, okay. It will be live on my page. Don't worry, it will be live on my page. But before the end of today, I'll add the video chapters so we can know you can go straight to the places where I was there was no downtime. You understand me? No, I'll do all of this later. Yes, it will have my page. In the absence of any question, I will be ending the stream. Fisayo, I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Okay, let me just come clean. Next week Saturday, which will be the perfect time for another. So, little brother 7501, please, I will save this chat. At the beginning, I talked about how to take good notes and as well as active. Don't worry, I'll put it in the chapters so you can just skip to the part that is relevant for you. I'll do all of that. Um, Fisayo, I'll be honest with everybody. With the 29 people on this chat, the reason why I'm not sure is that next week this is 8, right? Next week Sunday is my birthday. So I wanted to take time out to do some personal stuff. So you guys want me to be here on my birthday doing teaching. I want to just rest and chill a bit. But please, it also helps me. I mentioned it a couple of times, but nobody has said anything. If you could please drop a super chat, um, either as a question or anything, just beside the chat button, there's a dollar bill, and we can go. But in the absence of any question, I'll be ending the chat now. Last final question. I'll be ending the chat at 5:45 EST. 5:45 EST. Oh, thank you so much, Promise. Yeah, so November 16 is my birthday, and Saturday is November 15. I don't have work on that day, but I would like to just enjoy the birthday weekend. But let's see. Miracles happen, but I will update you on the community tab. Please go to the community tab if there's a particular task you want. I'm thinking of doing, like, I was about to do this video before I said let me do it live. I wanted to do like so there's a part in speaking. I think it's tax 3 and tax 4. Predicting outcomes, and what's the one before it? Describing a scene. Thank you so much. Thank you. I didn't want to mention it. So thank you all so much. So tax 3 and tax 4 in speaking is quite complicated as well. Describing a scene and predicting. I wanted to do like tax 3 and tax 4, do a video on it. Maybe we look at 4 different pictures and how to answer those questions. I was trying to do like a more it's very simple, Arike. Just click on my channel on YouTube, open YouTube, the YouTube app. So you can see, let me go to OBS where I can see road. Okay, you see you can see I know the lighting is not great, but you can see my sorry. You can see my name. My name is here, like my name and my profile picture. Just underneath, you will see manage videos and visit. Okay, that manage videos is for me, but you can see visit community just right there on my page. You can see visit community. You can type any question you want. Please be respectful. Any spam or offensive comments will be deleted. That's basically it. That's basically it. We have 2 minutes left. We have 1 minute left actually. Okay, I'll type it. I'll type it. So the community tab. That's where I shared the link for this live. I don't, and people in Nigeria, are you guys here? It's late in Nigeria right now. It's probably midnight. But yeah. Um, yeah. I would just. It's simple. My email is. Let me just type it. My email is here. La, 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 la. Fisayo. Sorry, 1 second before I end the live. 1 second. Let me just be sure that it's going to save. That would pain me if it doesn't save. That's my email. Just 1 second. I want to be sure that people have asked for the live to be saved. I want to be sure that it's going to save. 1 second, please. Also, any questions I see, I'll take them while I wrap up here. General. Thank you guys. Thank you. Twitch account. Okay, just to confirm. Okay, just to confirm right now. Just to confirm. I used another account to check how to access the community tab. Um, for those who asked that question, it's going to show visit community. So it's to show sorry. So right up here, it will show it's the circle shows that I'm live currently. Just beneath there, you can see visit community. Ask your questions away. Ask away. All right. Thank you so much. I really appreciate your time. People watching from Nigeria, you're the real MVP. You stayed till about midnight. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Bye bye.